Another top 5 in under 3 minutes. Today we're going to be talking about the Canterbury scene. So you progressive rock fans should know the Canterbury scene quite well. Of course, it was a scene that kind of circled around Canterbury, evolved from this band called the Wildflowers, which all the musicians from the Wildflowers ended up forming other bands. A lot of these musicians kind of cross-pollinated within various different groups, such as Soft Machine, Caravan, Gong, Hatfield in the North, Egg, all these bands, right? And you had guys like Robert Wyatt, you had David Allen, of course, Richard Sinclair, Steve Hillage, the great Dave Stewart. So many of these musicians were in a lot of these bands. So what are my top 5 Canterbury scene albums? So at number 5, I've got The Land of Grey and Pink by Caravan. This was an album that took me a really long time to get into, actually. But no doubt, 9 Feet Underground is one of the greatest, just greatest sidelong epics of any band, both from the Canterbury scene and in progressive rock as a whole. But just, it's got that kind of English whimsy. That's one theme that's very prevalent throughout these bands. There's always that like kind of humor, that quirky English humor as well, and it's got that very, very English aesthetic, right? Amazing. I really love Land of Grey and Pink. At number 4, I've got The Rotters Club by Hatfield in the North. This is a great album. It could have been between this or the debut album. I couldn't really decide. But I think Mumps, which is again the epic track on this album, I think that kind of pushes that one slightly over for me. They definitely incorporated a little more humor in their music, and I like the juxtaposition similar to Zappa, where it's like the humor balanced with like really, really intense, like very complex music. So I like that a lot. At number 3, I got Third by Soft Machine. I didn't know what Soft Machine album to pick. I went with Third because it's kind of like the cliche one that, you know, it's considered their best album. This really kind of tends towards jazz rock fusion. It also has Robert Wyatt on it, and you know, Mike Ratledge. It's a classic lineup of Soft Machine. So yeah, great album. Some really good stuff on it. It took me a long time to get into this album, but actually fairly recently it's finally clicking with me. It took a very long time though. Number 2, I'm gonna just say the entire Flying Teapot trilogy by Gong, which is amazing. And I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd pick You, which I really love. But the whole trilogy is great. It's brilliant. It's kind of more space rocky, the space rocky side of this genre, and it's tremendous. At number 1, I have The Polite Force by Egg. I think Egg is one of the best Canterbury scene bands. They're underrated. I could have picked any of their 3 albums, but this is my favorite. What are your top 5 Canterbury scene albums? Put them below.